Welcome back to Mock the Mock, where I take a look at someone else's mock draft and I mock it, giving you my views, thoughts, and opinions. Not my strongest, and I mock it, but it is what it is. It's long draft season. I got to preserve myself, but I got a good one for you today. We're going to be checking out 33rd Team's own Connor Livesay. This is a fresh mock draft after wildcard weekend, so let's go ahead and get into this sucker with the Chicago Bears taking Caleb Williams. Shouldn't surprise many people. This is probably going to be a popular mock for, well, until we know what the Bears are actually going to do at one or with Justin Fields. But I tend to agree with this one because I think it's just smarter to go with the higher prospect, because I think you're rarely going to find people that had a higher grade on Justin Fields than they did do Caleb Williams, and you get to reset the rookie contract at quarterback, so it enables what you can do financially for your roster construction. The Commanders are going to go ahead and snag Drake May. That's also not a surprise. This team's going to go quarterback. The question is, do they like May? Maybe is this surprise Jaden Daniels spot? Who knows? But regardless, quarterback should be it. I love Sam Howell. He was like my favorite quarterback in that 2022 draft, but I wish he had a stronger end to the season. Okay, we got the New England Patriots. Oh, it's a trade. So the Atlanta Falcons are moving up. Oh, I didn't know we had trades in this. So the Atlanta Falcons are moving up. They're going to be swapping pick 8 to the Patriots. And the Patriots will also get the round 2 pick and a first next year. Atlanta Falcons take Jaden Daniels. Oh, spicy. I'm not going to lie. If I'm the Falcons, because, okay, if you're doing trades in this mock, you got to trade Justin Fields, right? Like, a Justin Fields trade has to be imminent in a mock draft that you are doing trades. I don't want to criticize because we haven't saw it yet. Maybe it'll happen. But Atlanta Falcons, they move up to get their guy, and they kind of bet the future on him. I mean, a lot of this is going to depend on who the coach ends up being. I think Bill Belichick's having a second interview with the Falcons. We'll see, but man, no, we got quarterbacks going in the top 3. That's also very popular, and I mean, I get it. It's hard to imagine it not going that way. I feel like the Patriots are the one team that can probably like throw a wrench into the simulation here, but yeah, no, we're 3 picks in. We got 3 quarterbacks off the board. The Arizona Cardinals are going to go with Marvin Harrison Jr., best prospect on the board. Cardinals, just go ahead and snag them. I've been doing Malik Neighbors to them as well. Like, if they get stuck having to pick here, I'd be okay with either of those guys. But Marvin Harrison, I don't like to throw out generational out a ton because I feel like it's very overused, overplayed. Marvin Harrison, he's right there with some of the best wide receiver prospects we have had. Pick 5, Chargers go with Brock Bowers. No Malik Neighbors. I'd go Malik Neighbors just because, well, positional value. But Brock Bowers is pretty nice, pretty solid, pretty great. It's just the tight end position. You got to wonder, will that weigh him down? Like, he is a top 10 prospect. It's just, I mean, if you're going to take him in the top 5, you can't Kyle Pitts this thing. You have to make him a big part of the offense, you know? And this is going to be a new regime for the Chargers. New coach, new GM. Jim Harbaugh. I think he's getting a second interview. I could be making that up. Who knows? Pick 6. I imagine this is Malik Neighbors. It is, in fact, Malik Neighbors for the New York Giants. They're another team that's like, okay, how much do they want to bank on Danny Dimes turning around next year? But you already have 3 quarterbacks off the board. It's just not an ideal place, ideal spot for the Giants to be. But they go ahead, they snag Neighbors, who is honestly right up there. We'd be talking about Neighbors as an easy top 5 pick if Marvin Harrison Jr. wasn't in this class. Neighbors is going to be a top 5 on my big board. I'll go ahead and spoil it. He's going to be top 4. But good get here. Good get here. This one's going to be the New England Patriots. So they trade down, but no. They're at 8. This is Tennessee Titans. Okay. This is tackle. 100%. It's Joe Alt. It's tackle. We could literally move to the Patriots. We know offensive line, big need. They're probably in the best scenario to get one of the top offensive linemen in this class at their pick currently. Now, what are the Patriots going to do? So they go Roma Dunze. All right. I'm going to lend some credence. Dunze's probably going to be like a top 10 pick, top 10 on my big board. Probably. I think I've already gone ahead, and if you have my draft guide, which, shoot, I'll just go ahead and plug it after this pick, then, yeah, I got a blue chip grade on Roma Dunze in terms of size, speed, length. Like, he's got it. He was very good at the contested catch this year. Much improvements post his last season, but you're sitting there at 3 looking at Marvin Harrison Jr. You decide to trade down. I get it. You get a bunch of draft capital. There's the other argument. Bunch of draft capital. But I can't hate that too much. They just snagged a first rounder for next year, along with another second rounder this year. Wow. So I was going to go into this not liking this move, but I think I talked myself into it. And that's why you just got to talk yourself into it. Anyway, draft guide promo. Let's go. Listen, I know you love the NFL draft as much as I do, and you're going to want a nice hefty watch list of players during this college football season. Well, go ahead, check out my draft guide. You can purchase it for only 30 bucks by Venmoing or PayPaling me. Links in the description. It's a one-time payment, and you get it for this whole draft cycle and forever and always. Technically, it's a Google spreadsheet, so send me your email when you send the payment. I'll get you hooked up. You will see my current prospect rankings and big board, my full evals, and guess what? It updates throughout the whole draft cycle. So it's a great purchase, and it's a great way to support the channel. All right, we're back here, and we have a trade, another trade. I'm still waiting on what happens with Justin Fields. The Bears decide to trade down. The Saints trade up to 9. They're gonna give away their second rounder, which is great for the Bears. Bears give a 5th rounder in 2025. Is this a move up for quarterback? I doubt it. I don't think anyone's that high on. I think once we get to quarterback 4, we're like, we'll think about quarterback 4 once we get to the Vikings. Decide what we want to do there. I think this is going to be Olu Fashanu. Just prove me wrong. Oh, it is Olu. Okay. If you're not aware, Ryan Ramczyk currently has, I think it's like a cartilage deficiency in his knee. And it's like pretty tapped out. He doesn't know what his football future will look like. Suddenly, the tackle position looks very, very thin for the Saints. So I get the move. Saints, they've been a team that if they like a player, they're going to move up for him. We've seen them do it with guys like Trevor Penna and Chris Olave. Like, they're going to go and get their guy. And they go and get their guy. Cost a second rounder, but it is what it is. Question is, do you think OT2, which for a lot of people it's Fashanu right now, is that big of a jump from OT3? Imagine Bears move down, they're going to get a defensive prospect. We got pick 10, the Jets. They go JC Latham. I mean, yeah, that kind of makes sense. You got to jump the Jets for tackle, and Jets kind of have to go tackle. JC Latham's great. This is where it's like, okay, how much is it worth it for the Saints to move up? How big is the difference for this, like for Olu and tackle 3 in this class? I feel like it's a fair question. I found the Saints, I think I might be just willing to sit on that pick. But yeah, no, you got to protect Aaron Rodgers. Allegedly. Pick 11, quarterback. No, they go Jerzon Newton. Look, I semi-spoiled the Broncos pick, but it is what it is. So, okay, I imagine we're going to see quarterbacks fall. The Broncos might be buyers. I imagine they're going to have the Raiders pass on quarterback if this is the case. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out. But Drazon Newton's nice. If you're not aware, I've been pretty vocal about it that he is my defensive interior 2 right now, that there's a guy that I absolutely love in this class. Maybe we'll talk about him in this video, but I've talked about him in enough videos where y'all kind of already know. Shoot, I did a mock draft a few days ago where I kind of showcased that. But Drazon Newton's nice, man. He's nice. I think we could see like 2 to 3 defensive interior players go in the first round. All right, we're here with the Denver. Oh, that's right. Denver Broncos go Liatu Latu. All right, so I feel like quarterback's gonna fall. I don't think the Raiders will take one here. With the next pick, if the Vikings decide to pass and the Broncos decide to pass on quarterback, I think the Raiders will as well. But Liatu Latu comes in, brings them some good edge help. I mean, this is a team that's got a few holes that they're probably gonna have to fill out through the draft because their cap situation. They're gonna be doing a lot of cost cutting, I think, this offseason. We'll see if that'll be the case. But Liatu Latu, as long as everything checks out with the neck, I don't think he's gonna test great. But like in terms of a technician, like he's the premier finesse rusher in this class. Pick 13, we got the Raiders going Terrion Arnold. Ooh, get a guy with inside-outside versatility, which goes great with like Nate Hobbs, who has inside-outside versatility. You just get better at the corner position. You have Jack Jones there. You have Jacorian Bennett, who for a 4th rounder, I thought he performed well. He performed up to my expectation. For as much time as he saw, I don't think Meek Robertson might be a free agent. I'm not positive on that. Don't quote me. But like adding more depth and more competition to the cornerback room, I think is a good way to go. Arnold, for me, is probably firmly going to be corner 4 in this class. I get why people love him. I think cornerback is a very tight race for who's 1, who's 2, who's 3, who's 4. Pick 14. This is the Chicago Bears. They traded down. All right, just show us Dallas Turner. It's Brian Thomas. Oh, I've been so like accustomed and just like nurtured to seeing a defensive player, but yeah, wow. Brian Thomas, and then Malik Neighbors, or at least DJ Moore, thank you. Is kind of functions as like the Malik Neighbors in that offense. So this is great, dude. I love Brian Robinson. I love the hype that he's getting. He is wide receiver 4 for me. I'm a huge fan of this guy. He had 17 touchdown receptions this year. Just absolutely bonkers. Pick 15 is the Colts. They could go a variety of different ways, but I imagine corner with only 1 being off the board is kind of the way you go. Oh, they go Keon Coleman. Oh, wow. Let's just flip this draft on its head. I think you make this pick if Michael Pittman isn't coming back. I feel like it's fair to read the fit why. There's no mention of Michael Pittman in this. Literally no mention. I imagine you make this pick if Michael Pittman's not coming back. Because then I would be looking for a little bit more speed. That's the worry with Keon Coleman. You're not going to get a ton of separation. That's kind of Michael Pittman's game as well. Not going to get a ton of separation, but he's hella good at the contested catch, like borderline elite, and that's why it works for him. I don't have that same feeling when it comes to Keon Coleman. So an interesting pick nonetheless. Pick 16, Seahawks. No idea. They could go so many different spots. They go with Jared Verse. I think edge is fair. Listen, if you're the Seahawks, you probably could just take best player available. I mean, from your edge room, you really don't have someone to pair up with Boye Mafe. Like, they don't know what they have in Derek Hall. Darrell Taylor is really a rotation guy. Nwusu's coming off an injury, could be a cap casualty, but I think he's signed for another 2 years. Don't know exactly how his contract works out or looks, so don't want to say too much then I'd just be speaking at ignorance. But I'm a big fan of Verse. There's could be a massive overhaul when it comes to the coaching staff. Already Pete Carroll's gone, and then you have Waldron. He's gonna be interviewing for other spots, so they might just freely let all these guys go. So it's gonna be an interesting thing here in Seattle as they kind of start a new era there. But before we get into Pick 16, let me give a shout out to Underdog Fantasy. Thank you for being the sponsor of today's video. If you like weekly best ball or higher or lower on player props, check out Underdog Fantasy. When you use promo code BROSHMO, they will match your first deposit up to $100 dues. That's right, that's right, that's right. But as always, please bet responsibly, bet within your means. They will be having some divisional round deals going on this week, but they don't just do football, they do every sport under the sun there. I said they even do esports. It's kind of wild, but please bet responsibly. But if you do sign up, promo code BROSHMO. Pick 17. We got the Jacksonville Jaguars with the receivers off the board. You can take a look at like a Talanoa Fuaga, Troy Fatanu here. I can see them going to the cornerback direction. I don't know. This one's tough. They go Dallas Turner. Okay, that's fair. I mean, it's just really good value. Trevon Walker is very versatile, has a very versatile build and movement skills, so you could literally go in a variety of different ways. So if you just want to take the best player on the board, he is that. Plus, Trent Baalke loves him some good athletes, and Dallas Turner kind of good. All right, Cincinnati Bengals probably tackle. Talanoa Fuaga going here. You'll immediately plug in as their right tackle. I like it. I love it. I think it makes sense, especially you've seen a lot of wide receivers come off the board. I mean, Drizon Newton's not here, though. I think they want to go with a beefier guy, so I think like a Sweat makes more sense, but not at 18. That feels a little rich. Fuaga, though, is the right value. Okay. What do we have? We got the Rams. Corner. Hey, Wiggins. Called it. Oh, man, I sniffed this out from a mile away. Thought he might throw a Dane Brugler curveball at me and take, like, J.J. McCarthy. But, no, they take Wiggins, which is fine. That's great. They could use more cornerback help. Wiggins, you immediately get more athletic and more size on the outside. You got, like, Trey Tomlinson, who's bad size, great athlete. Then you have, like, a, what was it? Darian Hendricks, who's great size, terrible athlete. So it's like you get the best of both worlds here. All right, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers corner, or pair up a reunite Broderick Jones and Amarius Mims. Oh, well, they do that, but they go Tyler Guyton instead. So they do go tackle. Guyton more of a project. That's why I think he's going to be lower on my board. Top 50 guy, but someone maybe I'd take in the back end of the first round or somewhere on date, like in the second round, just because I don't know if he's plug and play. I don't have that same feeling I did with like Anton Harrison. I was like, oh, man, I think he's someone that can start early, but that'll probably be better in later years, which I mean, they should be. Like, you want them to get better, right? But that if you needed him to, he could start early. I don't feel that way about Tyler Guyton. Great athlete, though. He's probably like big Senior Bowl could really flip that on its head. Oh, yeah, we got pick 21. And it's the Miami Dolphins. Let me see O-line. Oh, they go edge. I mean, I get it. But I don't love it. Braylon Trice. Trice is nice. I get we need edge help, but I think offensive line, especially not knowing what Darren Armstead will do, like if he's done after this season, I kind of want to press the big red panic button on offensive line. Whether we're going with like Jackson Powers Johnson at center, whether we're going like a Amarius Mims go play tackle, or Troy Fautanu, who's guard or tackle. Like, I think I'd rather one of those options. Pick 22. Philadelphia Eagles. Corner has fallen. I feel like this is corner. Kamari Lasser. Oh, Kool-Aid fallen. And Cooper DeJean. I really like those guys. But, yeah, no, I mean, Eagles need cornerback help. If you think the Eagles shouldn't make an effort to draft a corner, you think they're set at corner, I think you're foolish. They had one of the worst pass defenses in the NFL. A lot of things went wrong for them. So much so that literally Sirianni is going to be meeting up with the owner, and they got us a plan of attack. What are they going to do differently going into next season? Pick 23. We got Houston Texans. Literally, they can take whatever. Take the best player on the board. Troy Franklin. Ooh, I like this. I like this. Nico Collins had a breakout year. Tank Dell will be back next year. And, yeah, you get a nice wide receiver 3. This kind of like, I say wide receiver 3, but I mean, Franklin's incredibly talented, great route runner. But some would say probably needs a little bit more polish, but I think he's a little bit more well put together than maybe where other people have him at. But I mean, this also leaves it open to where it's like, okay, do we really need to pay Nico Collins? Because he had a big year. I don't know. But I mean, I think it'd be wise to. If he performs like he did like next year, like he did this year, you probably want to pay him. But this gives you a backup plan. But at the same time, I mean, you now just have like a ton of talented receivers. Your wide receiver core feels complete. Pick 24 is... Oh, yeah, Noah Brown went down with injury, too. I forgot about that. Trade alert. Oh, we still don't have a Justin. How do you not trade Justin Fields? Because that shapes how teams... Just because he's not going to probably be involved in a day 1 pick shapes how a team will draft. Anyway, the Cowboys are jumping here at 24. They give a 3rd rounder to the Lions. They're moving up for Marius Mims. Kool-Aid McKinstry. Oh, it's Detroit moving up. Oh, man, I had it twisted. Okay, that makes sense. The Lions moving up to go get them a corner. Their cornerback room has had a rough go at it. There's some bright spots there, don't get me wrong. Like Cam Sutton, I think has played really well, but you want to get someone that can line up cross from him. It's really they're like, you've seen good things from like Brian Branch, who's playing in the slot. You've seen good things from Ifeatu Melifonwu, Kirby Joseph, just building upon his really good rookie year. So it's like, yeah, now you gotta get that cornerback room in order. Big fan of Kool-Aid. Don't know why he fell, but I say he fell, but he's here at 24. Real quick, what's crack-a-lackin'? It's your boy Broshmo, just in case you did not know. So go ahead, become bro and subscribe. Leave this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the content. As always, let me know what you think in the comment section below, where we had that nice, beautiful football discourse. All right, pick 25. Green Bay Packers. Oh, yeah, you wanted to jump the Packers for a corner. This is still probably Cooper DeJean. Oh, it's Troy Fautanu. Okay. So Fautanu, they list him as a tackle. I think he probably plays guard immediately. You kick Jenkins over to right guard because Runyon's a free agent. And I feel like that's, unless Rashad Walker like ends up playing, like looking bad, like Fautanu's not probably going to be playing tackle. At least I don't think. I mean, let's read what he has to say here. Packers still have holes on the offensive line. He talks about the versatility inside and out. Could fill David Bakhtiari's void with 2 years of starting left tackle. Okay, so he's looking at him like as a left tackle. I wouldn't. Not saying he can't do it, but if I'm the Packers, I feel like Walker deserves a go for a year. But it's not bad taking a backup plan. JJ McCarthy going to the Buccaneers. Wow. All right, JJ McCarthy. So they can bring back Baker. And then just just to have JJ McCarthy kind of like sit in the oven and marinate for a little bit. I think that's kind of the ideal situation where it's like, okay, have McCarthy, you know, sit for a year and shoot, if your season's not going well, you could even have him play like the last little bit of the season. But I like this. I like this. I like the idea of it. I don't think it's going to happen. I think the Bucks are just going to go ahead and pay Baker like a Geno-like contract. I don't know. We'll see. Arizona Cardinals, with their second pick, take Chop Robinson. They go defense after going offense. Makes sense. To me, I mean, he's twitched up. The dude's got great tools. Question is, can he be more consistent? So, I see it. I see it happening. It could very well. Pick 28. This one is Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver, though we've seen a lot of wide receivers go off the board. Maybe a Marius Mims, but I mean, Jawan Taylor's playing right tackle. You're probably looking for a left. Not to say Mims can't play left. They go AD Mitchell. They go wide receiver regardless. So I don't even know why I was talking. The other potential spots. Curious where to see Mims, where Mims will drop. I feel like at this point the Cowboys have to snag him. They're the next pick, I believe. But AD Mitchell's a really good route runner. He brings that vertical presence. He'd be a phenomenal pickup. Good size at like 6'4", close to 200 pounds. All right, Cowboys, you're taking Mims? Oh, it's Buffalo Bills. They're not taking Mims. I don't know who they would take. Oh, they go Xavier Leggett. We're going real wide receiver heavy. Ah, yes. The game that put me on Xavier Leggett. Y'all were with me during my watch along, because I'll do watch along streams during the season. I was so sad that Juice Wells got hurt in the game. And suddenly I was like, who is this big man just totally mollywopping the North Carolina defense? Ended up being Xavier Leggett, and here he is, man. We're talking about him as a fringe first rounder. He'd be a good pickup, man. I think he's a big upgrade over Gabe Davis. He brings size, he brings speed. Look at, dude's jacked to the brim too. Golly. All right, Marius Mims now goes to the Cowboys. There he is. Look at that. Guessed it. So essentially, this is your Tyron Smith replacement. Cool. I love Mims. He's got tools. You're a little scared because he's got some stuff he needs to polish out. Not a lot of starting experience, but the tools are just immense. And with the offensive line, when you have tools like Mims does, you kind of just say to hell with it. All right, this is the San Francisco 49ers. I can see Jackson Powers Johnson. Cooper Jean still on the board. Oh, they go Patrick Paul. Okay, so they actually go with the tackle. So look into the future. This is probably immediate. Hoping it's immediate right tackle upgrade. Maybe heir apparent to Trent Williams. Offensive line is a very popular pick for San Francisco, just because this class has an abundance of offensive line. Like, the offensive line class is utterly ridiculous. And then the final pick, we got the Baltimore Ravens going Graham Barton. Okay, I'm not in love with this. Is this your Zach Ziegler? No. Kevin Ziegler. Oh my gosh, I got Dolph Ziggler on the brain. What the heck? Y'all know what I'm talking about. He is a free agent. Let's see if they don't mention that in the article. They list him as a tackle. They talk about his versatility, but I mean, I'm assuming you're getting him for the guard spot. You're not going to be getting him as your heir apparent at tackle. I mean, he could make it work at tackle, but I mean, they talk about Ronnie Stanley's injury history. Morgan Moses is old, and a long-term question at guard. So it's like, I don't know. It's interesting. But I don't know. Like, ultimately, I don't think Graham Barton goes in the first round. I know people love him. I don't know. Maybe that changes the Senior Bowl. Maybe he has a really big Senior Bowl. But that's it for the video. go ahead, do that YouTube thing. I'm pumping out position rankings right now, so go ahead, check those out. But as always, until next time, you be easy, my friends. Later.